Alright, now in this video I'm going to show you how to animate the mouth. This is where we actually get to animate. So after a long while, here we go. So the first thing I need to do is know when the mouth is moving. If I hit enter on the keyboard, it'll start to play with the audio.
I think it'd be cool if you're writing a ransom note.
Okay, so it starts right about here, and Dimitri Martin says, I think it'd be funny if you're writing a ransom note on your computer. Okay, and so now I'm going to plug in what are called keyframes. And each keyframe, we're going to put in a different mouth shape. Okay, but it's easiest to just set up different keyframes. And it's okay if you don't know exactly the mouth shape that goes at the exact same time. The basic rule of thumb is when they're talking, there better be keyframes. When they're not talking, there should be no keyframes. Okay? So, I'm going to push F7 on the keyboard, or you can right click, insert blank keyframe. Okay? And I'm not too careful about what the keyframes are. Just every other or every third, kind of frame here, I'm going to push F7. So click F7, 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 click F7. Okay? So now I have some animation keyframes ready here on just the mouth layer. Okay? So I'm going to try playing this again.
I think it'd be cool if you're writing a ransom note on your computer.
Okay? I think it'd be cool if you're writing a ransom note on your computer. Now, I'm going to start to put in the mouth shapes. So in this first area, he's not talking at all, so it should be closed. I go up to the library, and I'm going to look through to see if I have a nice closed mouth shape. There's one. I had another one up here. Let's use this one, okay? So that's going to become my regular closed mouth shape. Now he starts to talk, so I'm going to drop in different mouth shapes. Okay, move forward in the timeline, new mouth shape. Forward. Oh, I could use that one again. It's okay. Mouth shape. Forward, new mouth shape. And if you notice, these little open circles are becoming closed dark circles, and it's turning gray here. That means it's filled up with something. And I'm going to just go along on down the line, dropping in mouth shapes where I put blank keyframes from before. And remember, to drop a blank keyframe, you got to push F7 on the keyboard, or you can also right click on the timeline on that layer and select blank keyframe. And I'm not too careful about which mouth shape I choose. Just kind of going through here in order. You can randomize it a little bit if you want to. But I'm just going through, dragging mouth shapes, dropping them in there, having a good time. Okay? And then where I know it's going to be silent afterwards, the last one I drop in, is that closed one. And mouth 4 is kind of my closed mouth shape. Okay? Now let's have a listen.
I think it'd be cool if you're writing a ransom note on your computer. The paperclip popped up.
Okay, so now at this part, now we can start adding keyframes again, blank keyframes. So I can either push F7 on the computer and make sure you're on the mouth layer, or you can right click and insert blank keyframe. Doing F7 is a lot faster, and I kind of work one section at a time. Where it says in the paperclip popped up. Okay. Now you plug in those mouth shapes. So you'll do a lot of this. Putting in keyframes, dropping in mouths. Okay. And again, it doesn't really matter which mouth shape you put in there. And then when you come to a silent part, make sure you're using a closed mouth shape. So you're going to do a lot of this animation. To do the eyebrow animation, you're just going to animate the eyebrows a few times. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to put in a blank keyframe, and I'm actually just going to draw some eyebrows just to give it a little expression during the thing. Oh, he doesn't need red eyebrows. Maybe a dark gray eyebrow. Okay. Kind of serious, maybe kind of happy at first. So here he's happy, then keyframe, he's kind of serious. Then insert a blank keyframe, and then maybe he's kind of quizzical. Okay. And, that's 3 right there. But I could go on and insert some more blank keyframes. Maybe he goes back to normal there. You can do all sorts of stuff, but I want to see the eyebrows animate at least 3 times during the course of this animation. And it really just adds a really interesting personality to it, like this.
I think it'd be cool if you were writing a ransom note on your computer. The paperclip popped up. It said, "It looks like you're writing a ransom note."
Okay. So it just kind of gives it a little bit more emotion. Now on the head layer, I would actually draw a body. And fill that in. Like so. And then on the background layer, I would, create a background. So it looks like they're actually somewhere in the world. They have some sort of setting that they're standing in front of. And that would be a complete animation. When you're all done, it's very easy to turn in because Flash is such a efficient program. It makes video files very efficiently as well. So you can actually just go to File and Export Movie here. And we're going to do an SWF movie. That's what you're going to turn in. And then give it your name, an animation, and save it. It takes less than a second. And you bring that into the Google Classroom to load up for your assignment. Okay? And that is the last, that's all you need to know to do this project.